Hey, what's up, money getters? Thank you all for tuning in. It's your girl, the mommy money getter, or you can just call me MMG. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Wednesday? For me, it's afternoon, kind of evening, depending where you are. If you're on the East Coast, it's probably already nightfall. Or does it get dark early where you are or later? I don't know. How does that work? I think it's getting dark here in Cali around 8:30 or so. As we get closer to August, it'll start scaling back, and definitely by the time we hit September, October, it'll just keep going back to 8 o'clock. But how are you guys doing? What's good with you all? If you can hear me, let me know in the chat. Let me know if you hear that loud fan that I have going. I'm using my mics now. I had my mics hiding out in my drawer. I like put them away one day when my granddaughter Dream was coming over, and I never recharged them. And then I had like two different sets, so I didn't know what went with what. But yesterday I was looking for something else, and I said, start using your microphones. That's what you got them for, so you can have better, clearer sound. Let me know, guys, and let me know if you like the sound, because I have a link that I'll leave in the description for you if you do. And shout out to my replay gang. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for always showing up for your girl. You are appreciated. And you are always welcome to join the live when you can. I understand not everybody can join me during the live because you have work, you have your family obligation, and you got other stuff going on. Plus, you got other content creators that you're supporting and that you're watching too. So when you spend time with me, and especially if you double back on the replay, I really appreciate that. So I just want to give you guys that little bit of love. That love. Excuse me, not that little bit of love, because it's from the heart. But yes, if you saw the thumbnail, and I'm sure you did coming in, it's been a day for me. I'm kind of trying to get it together a little bit. I want to wait for a few more people to come in so we can talk about it together. If you're in here, please hit the like button. I, don't want to keep saying that. I know I sound like a broken record. Hit the like button, but please do me that solid. It really does help, guys. I'm going to just tell you that. And let me know as well, if you're in here, let me know if you can hear me. Can you guys hear me good? Do you hear a loud fan in the background? Let me know, please. Hey, keep pushing. Let me know if you can hear me really well, or let me know if you hear if you hear the loud fan as you guys come in. And please, again, as you come in, please hit the like button. I appreciate that. So how is you can hear me good? Put a 1 in the chat if the sound sounds clear, or if you hear a lot of interference going on. Because before I get started, I want to just make sure everybody can hear me well and that I sound good. So, because we got a few, okay, thank you. We got a few things to get into today. Today, you're blessed. Every day that we're above ground, as the old folks used to say, hey, God woke you up this morning. It's a blessed day. Make sure you tell him thank you. And I didn't always do that as I should have. Some days I just woke up and just did whatever. But God came to me last night in a dream, and he said, either you're going to be for me or you're not, because I can't have you straddling the fence. And I know what he meant by that. It's a couple of things. It's my choice of music. I love my rap and my R&B. And it's a couple of other things. Sometimes your thought life doesn't align with what God wants you to be. And there's been a few times where I know I've heard clear messages from God, and last night was one of them. There's been other times where I heard clear messages from Him, and I just want to get this right. And especially in this time in my life. Hey, Ryan, what's good with you? How are you doing today? I saw you over there looking cool today with your hat on and your sweats and everything. And look, Tupac is not the best. You know what? Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. But I actually had on a Tupac shirt yesterday. I like Tupac too. Before Biggie came along, Tupac was my guy for real. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Thank you for asking me how I'm doing. I'm a little verklempt. You know what I mean? I'm a little melancholy a little bit. Those of you who don't know, last year I had a breast cancer scare. And actually, what it was is I got kind of like, after having my mammograms, after, right, stay prayed up. Um, okay, now I'm starting to feel it. But last year I had two biopsies, and I was told I have lobular carcinoma in situ, which is a predictor of, it's basically a predictor of your probability of getting breast cancer. And me, I have a 30% chance of getting it in either or both. Okay. And I don't have any lumps or anything like that. I just had like some calcifications that were grouped together. So when they saw those on the mammogram, they were concerning. And they said those had an 80% chance of being cancerous. They were benign. Thank you, Jesus. However, they were predictors. Those kind of groupings predict that you may have cancer in the future. So last year I spoke to the surgeon, and she told me, well, no, you don't have cancer. And I was like, well, because I had been doing my research about it. And I said, well, you don't want to do a lumpectomy. You don't want to do, no, you don't need that. We could just watch it. I'm like, okay, she wasn't really. And today when I seen her, she just didn't really seem like, I don't know, I got a bad vibe from her. And I was like, it seems like there's something you're not telling me. Right. And so, guys, I'm not crying. Uh, I got the fan on the side of me, and you guys already know my eyes just start running. I'm not crying, you're crying. But she said, when I went to get my mammo this year, the technician was like, well, the radiologist recommended that they do the lumpectomy. And I'm like, oh, she didn't tell me that. Right. And this year, the radiologist said they didn't see any changes, uh, nothing, no significant changes, still the same diagnosis. However, they recommended that that they do the lumpectomy, basically, to make sure. And so I was going to speak to her about that anyway. But I was like, well, she said I didn't need it, so I don't know. But today she told me they do want to do surgery, and so um, they want to take a piece about this big. And as you guys can see, I won't miss it. But that's a lot, right? To put you to sleep and take a chunk out that big. I'm scared. Um, I'm not scared that I'll get cancer. I feel like I'll be all right. But it's just like I belong to a group. If you guys get cancer, if you guys know somebody who has cancer, or if you're a woman and you're of age like myself and you want to learn about these things, Facebook is good about groups. You can almost type in any subject, and you can, hold on, guys. You can, You can and you can find out information about whatever topic you have. And that's what I did. I joined a group for lobular carcinoma in situ people, just like that. And a lot of the girls elect not to have the surgery. They elect not to take the medication because they want to give you medication that uh, will prevent you from having cancer in the future. But you can get uterine cancer from it. And you can also gain more weight. I can't afford to gain more weight. So my only thing about it is if I was a good weight today, and that's why I'm glad I already started my weight loss journey. But if I was a good weight today, I'd be like, okay, schedule it now. But number two, I really don't trust this doctor because she tried to tell me, oh no, the only reason why I didn't tell you to have the lumpectomy last year is because I thought you were going to take medication. No, you didn't think that. I asked you specifically, well, aren't you going to do a lumpectomy? And you were like, oh no, we do. No, it's nothing to worry about. That's what you told me. And so when she's sitting there, she's just looking. I'm like, you know what? For some reason, I feel like there's something you're not telling me. And she's like, no, she just seemed very weird. Like she gave me the worst like vibe. So I want to see another doctor moving forward. I don't even want to see her. Um, I didn't like that energy. I didn't like how she made me feel. She did make me feel like I could trust her with my health. If you ever feel like that, don't hesitate to ask for another doctor or switch surgeons or whatever. Hey, Janet, how are you doing today? I'm talking about uh, some news that I got today regarding preventing, taking preventative measures to prevent me from having cancer moving forward. I don't have cancer, so let's just put it there. So that's why this news for me is bad news because I don't want to have surgery. But what could have been worse, right, is I could have got news that I have stage 2 or stage 3 cancer. I didn't get that news. Right now, it's monitoring the situation and now it's preventing me from getting cancer in the future. So that's where we're at with it. So I don't want to make this like, oh, I have cancer. I don't have cancer. And I pray to God, glory be to God, that I never will get it. But I just know that there's additional steps that I would have to take to make sure that I'm better in the future. X Gamers, happy birthday to you. Yeah, Big Z, she like try to make it seem like she told me something she did not tell me. As a matter of fact, if you guys go back and watch my live about my breast cancer story, I was actually misdiagnosed with breast cancer by a general practitioner. And so when she told me I didn't have it, I didn't believe her because I was told that I did have it. So then when I'm questioning her and making sure I have all my answers to the questions that I had, she said, once I got done questioning her, she said, well, if you want, this is what she said, well, if you want, you can also go see the oncologist. So I saw the oncologist. He explained everything to me really good. He told me I could monitor it every 6 months. And that's what I elected to do. And if you have lobular carcinoma in situ, if you don't have the cancer yet, they call it LCIS. If you don't have it yet, then you can just, depending on your situation and weighing your options and talking to your doctor, you can just monitor it. And that's what I chose to do, was to monitor it. And there were no changes. There were no more calcifications, and either side, left or right. So, but like I said, my only thing is I don't want to have surgery at this weight. And I was just asking her, do I have time to, do you think that it would progress? She said, well, it didn't progress in a year. So you have time. And that's what that's just what I'm hoping to do. So yeah, if you have any questions about what I'm talking about, feel free to ask. I don't have any reservations about answering your questions at all. Um, Trying to see your your comments in the chat. You had it done to your lungs. Keep pushing. I'm sorry to hear that. That you had to have surgery to your lungs. I hope you're feeling better. Did it help you? Keep pushing. I'm definitely going to get a second opinion because I can't just take I can't take that much ambivalence. And I asked her, I said, well, what are you recommending? She said, well, what do you want to do? Why the hell would you tell me what I want to do? You should be telling me, I recommend that you do this. I recommend that you do that. I feel like, weigh your options. This is what can happen. Um, this is what you're looking at, and this is what this surgery could prevent you. She didn't tell me any of that. She was just like, well, what do you want to do? What do you mean what I want to do? I'm not the doctor here. I mean, of course, I'm ultimately going to make my own decision and I'm going to weigh my options, but that's what you're here for. You're supposed to tell me or give me a good, you're supposed to give me the best information to work with. And you're not doing that. It's like I'm pulling a tooth. She's just sitting there like this. And I'm like, ma'am, is there something you want to tell me? She was like, oh no, oh no. I was like, it's like you're holding back. She was like, no, I'm not holding back anything. And I'm just like, and plus she's younger than me. So I already don't, I mean, I have a child in her 30s. I don't care about you being a doctor. Um, if you're younger than me and you can't assert yourself and you don't have the ability to talk to me like you're an adult, and it's like I'm pulling teeth from you. If you are passive, or you're a surgeon, a cancer doctor, right? And if you have a problem with me asking questions and advocating for myself, if that's throwing you off guard, then you shouldn't even be a doctor. You should be able to assert yourself, say X, Y, and Z. Look, this is what you have. It's not cancer yet. It can turn into cancer. You have a 30% uh, increase of probability to get cancer. So if I were you, I would weigh all my options. If you do A, this is what could happen. If we go ahead and take it out, there's still a chance that you might get it, but it will be reduced considerably. If you take the medication, that will lessen your chances of getting cancer, but you can have these side effects. At your weight, whatever you want to do, I would say that you lose weight so that when we go in, you have a better prognosis for after surgery. She didn't say any of that. It was like pulling teeth out of this doctor, this professional's mouth. Like, why would I want you to touch me? You're not touching me. So I said, okay, if you have to go in there and take this much, which I got a lot, but still, that's a lot. Um, why don't we just do a why don't we just do a reduction and call it call it a day? And apparently, because I know one of you guys had that question, so I'm going to answer it for you. Even if you are doing a breast reduction, that's not the same thing as what they need to do to make sure you don't get cancer. They're looking at a specific area to remove, and with the reduction, they're just reconstructing your breast and removing tissue. So in this case, what I was told is they would work together, like the surgeon would remove the part that she needed to remove to test, and do a biopsy on, and then the plastic surgeon will come in and do their thing. But again, for me, going under surgery is a major thing. Surgery is major anyway. Anytime they put you under, if they're putting you under to do something with your teeth, if they're putting you under for 10 minutes, they could put you under for 1 minute and you won't wake back up. So I'm not afraid of it. I've had surgery before, but I know that in order for me to have surgery, my blood pressure needs to be regulated. And guys, my blood pressure was good today. It was 127/83, which was high. I don't know why it was that high. Maybe because I was up and walking around, but it was much lower than it was last week when I went to the doctor, and it was like 140/93. So I was good with that. And so yeah, that was for me, that was bad news. Um, and I wasn't happy hearing that. So yeah, my sister had the same issue, and sister-in-law. They all got a second opinion. Yes, thank you, Janet. You had a biopsy due to condensed mass. I had like the smallest little calcifications, like not even this big. But when you have a mammogram, they can, if you get it regularly, they could, what they are looking for is not really a mass all the time or a lump. Sometimes they're looking for those small calcifications, and they are groupings, right? And you might have dots of calcifications in your boob, but if they see them starting to group together, then that's how cancer forms. So they already got those parts out, but it could still be something hiding in the tissue where they can't see it yet that might need to be addressed. Thank you, Purpose Unfolding. Yes, I'm a strong believer in things getting better. And I know that, I'm in the best situation possible if for somebody who has to go through something like this. Some people, they find out they have it and they already are at stage 2. Um, if they test, after this lumpectomy, if they test and they find something concerning, then after they do the lumpectomy, I still got to take medication for 5 years, up to 5 years. So, and that medication can give you, like I said, you can get cancer of your uterus. They can take my uterus. I don't need that. But who wants to deal with that? You know what I mean? So it's just the cost of being older. It's just the vicissitudes of life that we all will endure at some point. If it's not us, it's our spouses. If it's not them, it's our children or our parents, right? So who better than me? Thank you for your words of encouragement, Purpose Unfolding. I don't know if I was going to talk about it today. It's like, I don't know, I'm getting more and more. And I told my mom, I said, one day I feel like I'm going to go on there and on YouTube Live and I'm going to say something crazy. Hey, Butterfly, thanks for tuning in. But guys, if you didn't already do so, please hit my like button. I see a lot of you coming in and out. I appreciate you. Also, if this is your first time here, I'm MMG. The money getters start calling me that. I didn't call myself that. I appreciate you guys for naming me MMG, for giving me an acronym. Thank you for doing that, S Gamers. I appreciate you for hitting that like button. So yeah, thank you for praying for me. I appreciate you. I'm going to pray for myself too, and I'm going to continue to pray for you all as well. My weight is continuing to come down. Today I had on a heavy denim skirt and I had on tennis shoes, but I feel like I was like 5 pounds less than what it was saying, but I'm not going to trip about that. I was actually, when I went to the doctor last week because when I weigh myself a certain way at home, and when I weigh myself at the doctor's, they weigh me their way. But from last Wednesday until today, there's a 4 pound change. So either way, even though I felt like I should have been less today, from what I weighed last week until today, I lost 4 pounds. So it looks like leveling out at 4 pounds. But guys, I feel like I'm picking up my appetite again. I see you, Joycey. I didn't say hi to you, Joyce. Sorry, Mom. Um, thanks for joining. Thanks for tuning in, Mom. Um, yeah. I feel like my appetite is picking back up. Like the first week, I felt like I could eat once a day, and I was having a hard time eating twice a day. But for some reason, this week, I've been having a little bit more cravings, and I've been eating a little bit more. And I think that's because I didn't stick to eating at the certain times, and I'm going too long without eating. So I got to get back on track with, the certain times, because what I want to do is have like 2 meals a day, small breakfast, larger lunch. And I got to get back on track with that because it's now it is very imperative that I really, really uh, get this thing taken care of. And so I said, listen, lady, in my group, the girlies are having a mammo, and then they're alternating between mammo and MRI. I've had 2 mammos. Am I supposed to get an MRI? And she was like, well, it just depends. Okay, well, should I get an MRI? Well, if you want one, okay, well, give me an MRI in 3 months. And I'm going to be taking care of this weight stuff until then, as long as you don't think that it's going to progress. She said, well, I don't see why you should be concerned that it would. I don't think it would. I said, okay, cool, good. So in the meantime, in between time, I'll go home and do my homework, get some of this weight off, start walking. And guys, let me tell you, when I the specialty building that you have to go to for Kaiser is way different, right? When you go for special stuff like I had to do today, that building is way different. Like the whole front of Kaiser is for handicapped patients. I don't have a handicap placard, and I could probably use one, but I'm not going to get one. Uh, so I had to walk a good a good 1,500 feet. I mean, it's you might not know it, but walking around super Walmarts are only 500 feet. So if you walk from one end to Walmart and lap it, that's only like 500 feet. Um, so I probably walked a good 1,000, and I wasn't short of breath. I was winded because I was walking fast, and it's hot. But I wasn't short of breath. I felt like I could catch my breath, and that's great for me. So that lets me know that drinking the water only. I haven't been drinking anything but water. I haven't. I've been picking up. I've been eating a little bit more, but I haven't eaten any potato chips, any fast food, any chocolates, any ice cream. And I promised myself that I will not cheat and do any of that stuff for the completion of July. Hey, K-pop lover. So yeah. Um, so in 3 months, I will be having a MRI, and I was told by that time the plastic surgeon should be back from his surgery because he's having ankle surgery. I don't know if I want him doing plastic surgery on me if he just had ankle surgery. I mean, you need a plastic surgeon that's, strong on their feet. I don't need somebody with weak ankles now. So much to consider. Yes, thank you. Purpose holding. Hey, Auntie Cena. Auntie Cena, I have to have a lumpectomy um, to see if there's anything hiding in my tissue. I had two biopsies last year, and they did find some calcifications that they were concerned with, and they tested them, and they were benign, but they were the type of lesions is what the doctor called them that predict your probability of having cancer. And it's called lobular carcinoma in situ. That's what I have. The doctor also told me that having extra weight causes cancer too. So it's a number of reasons I got to reduce my weight. And as you guys know, I'm on a 100-pound weight loss journey. Um, I lost 14 pounds in 5 days. I'm not counting that. That's water. So what I've lost since then um, was 5 pounds, 4 pounds, 4 pounds, 4 or 5 pounds. And I'm counting that. So I still got 96 pounds, 95 pounds, 95 pounds to my goal. So we're going to get there little by little. I don't know when the doctor will want to do the surgery, how much weight they will want me to lose in order to do the reduction. However, I want guys. You see my boobs. You saw my boobs on that picture I posted, and yes, I did post it. And you see my boobs all the time. They are huge. Okay, it's like every ounce I gain just sits right here. I'm kind of hiding them right now. Hey, Smooth, how you doing, honey? I'm not worried about it. I'm concerned, Cena. Yes, it's gonna be the same results. I do agree. It's been a while, Smooth. It's been a while. How are you and those boys doing? Um, so yes, I'm doing good with staying on track and not cheating. I don't have a desire to cheat, but you don't have to have a desire to cheat. Old habits die hard, right? Yes, we believe in the report. Now that by his stripes you are healed. Amen. Amen. On my way in, I was just thanking God for my mother, my father, my children, my health, my strength. And he doesn't do anything halfway. Last year, when the dodo bird doctor told me that I had cancer, doctor the God told me that morning on my way to confirm that I didn't have it. So before I even reached the office, my surgeon's office, he told me you don't have it, and I'm sitting at the light like, huh? He was like, you don't have cancer, Charity. So I didn't have it, and I know I won't have it. I'm not worried about that. But hello, Wind, through Wind, I think that's how you say it. Forgive me if I said it wrong. My voice doesn't sound right. What do you mean? Is it my mic? What do you mean? It's a you're from Vietnam? Thank you. Welcome from Vietnam. What do you mean my voice doesn't sound right? Is it the mic? Can you hear me clearly? Put a one in the chat if you guys can hear me. Let me know uh how the sound quality is. I sound worried. You know what? I'm not worried about having cancer. That's not what I'm worried about. What I am, I don't like the idea of having surgery. That's the part I don't like. I don't like being out of control. I do not like being out of control. And also, I feel like I want to have surgery under the best circumstances. And if you're in my position, not in my position, if you're listening and you got high blood pressure, start working on that now. If you are overweight, start working on that now. If you're drinking, not an alcoholic, but even if you're drinking, if you're smoking cigarettes, anything in your lifestyle, Because when we're in our 20s and 30s, we think that we have our whole lives ahead of us, and we do. But I saw today some 27-year-old woman, she had congestive heart failure, and she passed away at 27 with 7 kids. I saw a girl who have been watching on Instagram, thin girl, petite girl, and she got breast cancer and was out of there with the quickness. So I know I'm blessed to be here, and I know I'm blessed. I love you too, Cena. I love all of you guys. I know I'm blessed to be on this side of finding out early and being able to take the steps to get treatment before it becomes anything. But again, I know people who are heavier than me who have been through this. I know people who were in their 60s and 70s and had to have a lumpectomy, and they're now in their 80s and they never got cancer. So just because they tell you that you're stage 1, 2, 3, whatever, if you catch it early, you're going to reduce your probability of getting cancer. If they can get it early, get everything out, and they can give you the medication, you're going to reduce it from ever occurring. So I'm on the best side that I could be on. My only issue is that I just want to make sure that my health is copacetic, and that's for any of us. The doctor told me that if you don't have any lesions, uh, there's nobody who has a 0% chance of catching, of getting diagnosed with breast cancer. Anybody could get it. So I just want to put forth that message too, and let you guys know that if you feel like you're good right now, still get your labs, still exercise, make sure that you stay good, so that if, and I'm not putting this on anybody, but I'm just saying it could be anything. You don't know. You might want to give a family member a kidney. You might want to give that to your child. You don't know what could happen. But if you are not in good health, they will not allow you to give that kidney to somebody. So just make sure you take care of yourself. I did a lot of damage to my body over the years, being stressed out and eating whatever I want to eat. But I'm grateful that I'm still young and I can still lose weight and I can still turn it around. But as you develop habits, right? As we develop habits and certain lifestyles, it's a little bit harder for us to recondition our minds, right? Um, that's how I was when I quit smoking. It was the funniest thing. I was so used to smoking a cigarette while I drive that every time I got in my car, the first thing I wanted was a cigarette. And then if I went to the gas station, I was so used to buying a pack of cigarettes from the gas station, right? So I had to recondition my mindset, and I would always pay at the pump. I mean, I would always pay inside because I'm getting a soda and I'm getting a pack of cigarettes a lot of the times when I went to the gas station. So now I don't have to go inside and get cigarettes. So I had to recondition myself to paying at the pump. And my thing was, when I go in the store and get cigarettes, I'm getting, oh, thank you, Anthony. Thank you for tuning in. I love you too, baby. Um, I love you so much. Thanks for watching. Um, I used to buy a lotto ticket, a Pepsi, and a pack of Newports. And so it's been so long since I did that. But I was so used to going to the gas station doing that it was a habit. It was a habit that I needed to break. And it's the same thing with eating the snacks and things like that. I don't think that I really even want them mentally, but okay, Cena, see you when you get back, boo. Me too. When we know better, we do better. Absolutely. Absolutely, purpose. I get checked regularly because of my mom. That's cool, Cena. As you should. Yeah, so enough of that. What have you guys been up to today? That was my little bad news for the day. I just knew that I was clear to just keep monitoring every 6 months unless something came up. But This is fine. I'll continue to lose my weight, and we'll talk about uh, what happens moving forward when I do get the surgery. Because, like I said, I'm gonna need something else to go along with it. Let's make it worth my while. Let's do the surgery and let's reduce these babies because they gotta go. They gotta go. But let me know what you guys are up to today. How's your day been going? Um, if you have a business, did you have any uh, something you learned new today or whatever? Let's talk about it. Put me in your business. I'm putting y'all all in my business. Okay. Let's talk about what you have going on with your kids and all of that. And don't hold back. It's all family over here. Um, I think when we share, it helps us to get it out and, feel better. And also, it helps other people learn from whatever it is that we're going through. So I like to do that. Um, Another thing that happened today is I had to take my daughter back to she's starting college right this fall, so she's all done with everything. She's got her classes now, but it just reminded me of when I was in college. I think I did everything on my own. My mom was busy with work and raising her family, and she kind of just told me, yeah, you do this, you do that. But I remember doing all that on my own and just kind of finding out what to do. And like today, my daughter was talking to her counselor, and she's going to be going into the nursing program. And he basically was telling her, well, you're going to need to have this and that in order to join the nursing program to apply for it. Okay, so what does she need? And, I'm asking all the questions that I know my daughter won't ask because my daughter's not really assertive like that. I don't know, maybe she's a little sheltered. My last three are a little bit more sheltered, I would say. But and I didn't really want to overstep my bounds. I want her, she's just turning 18 this week. And I want her to be able to handle herself, but at the same time, she's got to learn, right? So she's a late registration, so she didn't really get to do what I wanted her to do, which is really have her classes 2 days a week. When I was in college, I think my freshman and sophomore year, I kind of, when I was just doing my general ed classes and figuring out my major, I took a lot of classes I didn't need to take because I didn't really know what to ask the counselors. And I was going through I think, well, I don't want to say that part, but the counselor that I had, he wasn't even telling me anything. So when I was ready, I went to another counselor, and they finally told me, do this, this, and this. This is the classes you need. And I got better information. So I wasn't taking classes I didn't need. I wasn't because I was in college longer than I needed to be because, like I said, I took classes I didn't need. I wasn't taking the right classes because I just was uninformed. And plus, I switched my major. So that was another thing. So some of those prerequisites are mandatory before applying, but I don't recommend people take prereqs while in the program. Can be very challenging. Um, yes, they said that she needs biology, anatomy, and some other stuff. So um, she's going to take her general eds right now, and because those classes were all filled up anyway, and I told her, maybe when it comes to the sciences, take two at a time. Don't try to fill your schedule up because I know I had one science class because my bachelor's degree is in deaf studies, and we had this very difficult class, and I was sitting there thinking I'm probably the dumbest person in the world. And my counselor told me, you got a D. D is pass, and don't even take it over. Nobody does good in that class. Like, don't even think, because I'm like, I got to take it over. She was like, no, D is good. Because you don't realize how many pieces of the ear that you have. Um, Butterfly, are you an RN as well? Like you have so many parts. I don't even remember them because that was so long ago, but you have the outer ear, you have the inner ear, you have the mid ear, and they all have parts. Like you have something in the back of your ear. Like it's like these little, like if you feel the back of your ear, you can feel them. It's like little holes in the back of your ear. Like if you take your finger and go back here, and it's like little aerated holes, and that's how you hear. I remember some of it, but child, we had to label, like we would have a test and we had to label, and that was my last class of the day. And I think it was probably one day out the week. So I was already tired by the time I got there because, again, I had all my classes on Tuesday and Thursday. If I had a knew better, I would have did better. I probably would have had that class by itself on one day just so I could study better. Yes, and I had to pass chemistry with at least an 80 to be considered for the nursing program, amongst other things. Woo. Um, yeah, so she's already taken courses like that in high school, so she said they were easy. Yeah, I think college is going to be a little bit more. Uh, and they said the program is competitive. I guess and they also said that you get points for certain things. So they are probably going to look at her attendance. They're going to look at her grades and all of that to see. And maybe she should, I don't know if she should go and do like, I think she can do it. She just has to put her mind to it. She's a smart girl. But I'm thinking that so she can get some of those extra points. And I'm going to tell her to go through the email that he sent her to see what she can do to get extra points to get into that program. But she definitely should work on the prerequisites now before applying and make sure that she has everything that she needs and that, so I'm telling her, you're not in a rush. Um, don't worry about that. I got you. You don't have to worry about how you're going to take care of yourself. You don't have to worry about how you're going to pay for anything. All you have to do is concentrate on school. All I want her to do is just be diligent about going. And I'm here to help her every step of the way. Um, you know, right. She can do it. Yes. And like I said, I didn't have that from my mom, but like, I was very independent when I was younger. And hey, Cena. And my mom's very independent too, right? So a lot of what my mom gave me growing up was independence. I asked my daughter something last week, or she asked me a question and she didn't know the answer to. I'm like, how you don't know that? How you don't know the answer to that? But that just shows me how little uh, my daughter has had to do. I like I said, I was doing. By the time I was 14, I remember no, probably like 13. I had a friend who also was independent, and she was like, "You don't know your social security number?" And I'm like, "You know yours?" She was like, "Yeah, you don't know your social security number by heart." So at 13, I learned it by heart. And then I didn't have a California ID, and my friend had one. And she's like 14. She was like, "You don't have your California ID?" And I'm like, because I'm thinking I don't need one. I'm a child. So I got my California ID. And of course, you do need one if you're going to start working. But at 14, most kids don't work. But I did eventually get my first summer job at 14. So I've been working probably since 12, if you count babysitting. I got paid for it. And I've been braiding hair, doing child care, working at McDonald's, Walmart, all of the things. I did all of it. So by the time I was 18, I had some life experience, right? Um, I had been working, I had been doing a lot of things and finding out things on my own. I'm always going to ask questions. Hey, K Mizzle, thanks for tuning in. Did you hit the like button? K Mizzle, you know I'm always going to ask you that. Did you hit it? um, so yes, we had to make sure our kids are. Shoot, my daughter, I done gave her birth certificate Did I get her a two? My daughter's grabbing a copy. I'm like, they're not going to take a copy. She was like, looking at me like, Mom, it's the same thing. She has the official birth certificate in one hand and the copy. I'm like, no, they want the official document. It's the same thing. It looks the same. I'm like, no. She said, why? Just because it's different paper? Yes. When you go and take care of a business, you have to have official documents. You can't take a copy. And she was like, and I'm like, you're 18 now. Here's your birth certificate and your social security card. I probably should keep that myself because I think I even have my mom's, or I had my mom's. I had my mom's, and she told me to make a copy of it. And y'all, I left it on left it on a copier, and my mom had to get another one. And I had that one for years. I had that one for like 10 years in my my little file. So um, I think my older daughter came and got her documents too. I know my older two daughters. I had everybody's documents. I have my documents all in a file that I keep, and I make sure I keep everything. So if I don't have it, it's because they went in there and got their stuff, didn't replace it. Thank you, K Money. Subscribe, like. Yes, thank you. Oh, you already subscribed. You already liked. You already okay. All right. Thank you, K Money. I appreciate you. How's your day going, honey? What are you up to, K Mizzo? Yeah. A lot of people want to go into the nursing program. Um, and I asked my daughter, says that what you want to do? Are you sure you want to be a nurse? I mean, you're gonna see a lot of difference. And she's like, I am positive this is what I want to do. And she's been saying it, I want to say, since she was 16. And I try to talk her out of it. You don't want to do this. You don't want to, she was like, no, that's not what I want to do. I know that I want to be there for moms, and I want to be I want to help women give birth. I'm like, okay, she wants to be a labor and delivery nurse. Cool. So I think she should definitely see what type of points they are giving based on experience and things like that. And she might even should take on the opportunity of volunteering at the local hospital so she can get some of those points for that. Um, I know when I was in high school, I would see candy stripers all the time, and I didn't know that that's why they were doing it. I'm like, okay, you go to school, you become a nurse, but I guess that gave them experience. So I think that she should do that as well. Take that opportunity to go do that. The career This career is miserable to the ones who only do it for aesthetic reasons. In my opinion, it's something someone really should enjoy. It's my passion. You can tell the ones who do it because they love it. It seems like when you go to the ER, sometimes you get nurses who are just, I don't know, they like putting on those scrubs, and now those scrubs are getting tighter and tighter where I live. And they like switching around looking cute. Then you see them laughing and giggling, and the emergency room is just filling up. But then you'll see that one nurse who is taking their time with you and who is being soft and gentle. And then you know that nurse really cares about the job that she's doing. And I've had good nurses who really care. And then sometimes you have some that are just there. Right, mom, walk around and do nothing. They want to be cute. They want to be all in the doctor's face, like they're in the ER episode. Like you're like, come on, like you got patience. Do your like when I'm in my former job, I was a probation officer. Do your rounds, check on your patients, and then go kiki. Go, or switch up. Like, look, you take on my patients, this round, and I take. That's the kind of stuff I would do. But then probably not, because I would want to be responsible for my own patients. I wouldn't want somebody to take my rounds. No, I got this. Like if it's a cup of water or something like that, sure, you can do that. Or if they need an extra blanket, or if they have a question. But to pass on my meds, I'm passing on my own meds, and I'm making sure my patient is good and has everything that they need. How many patients do they have? Like what, two or three? But I guess you got to document. I don't know. I guess it's harder than it looks, but it don't look hard. It don't look hard unless you got a patient like me sometimes who asks for something every minute. But I don't really do that. I'm not a bad patient. And this is when I was having my babies. That's probably the only time I've really been in the hospital is when I was having my 5 children. And then once when I had my child, I had a bad kidney infection because I refused to drink water. My baby was so tiny. I refused to take my meds. I meant to take my iron because it was just ugh. Those miserable nurses stick out sore thumbs. They sure do. They sure do. And I'm gonna be the one. I'm always gonna be the one. It varies on the setting and acuity as to how many patients you have. Okay. I would rather. That's why I told my daughter I would rather work at a doctor's office or something. Cause you won't be. You shouldn't. You know you're gonna get off. At a certain time. But I don't know. I guess I would want to work in a house. I don't know. I don't know. That's not my calling. I think my calling is to be creative, to talk, because I like to rub my mouth and to write. I think my calling is really to write books. Doctors' offices are easy, but the pay is horrible too. Oh, I guess you would kind of do that, like if be at a doctor's office if maybe you have children and you wanted a set schedule to coincide with their schedule, and maybe you have a partner or a spouse who's also putting in their work. No, shoot, I remember around COVID, um, some groups I was in, some women were making 50,000 a month. I mean, y'all was doing the doggone thing, and that's why you always got to be ready because you just never know when your time is going to hit. Right? You don't know when your time is going to hit, and you can just do. I know people who were getting flew out to different states. They were working 30 days straight, and they were just making money. CNAs, RNs, everybody, especially in California, because California has I think there has to be a nurse for every maybe 6 patients. It might be less. I'm not sure. Hey, K Money, you're back. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know, but whatever it was, I think California has like their regulations for hospital required was such that during the pandemic they needed way more nurses, and so that enabled a lot of people to make some money. So yeah, I'm like, look, you don't have children. Callie was always looking for nurses, traveling nurses. Also, too, I know somebody else. They're like a nurse practitioner, so they were able to work in the prisons and make good money. This was like in the mid 2000s, like 2005, 6, 7. The prisons would call upon people, and they pay for your housing, all of that. So, um, if you if you are inclined to, you can work in these prisons and make you a cute little coin too. And you can be a contract nurse, and you can make some money. You don't have to, stay there. I guess if they're paying for your house, and they probably want you to stay there for a couple of years or so. But if you get a good spot, then you're good to go with that too. Am I standing on here tonight? What do you mean, K Money? What you talking about? So told her, I said, hey, when you get to school, you're gonna have to focus. My daughter in law is an ICU nurse. Oh, you know what? Those are probably, you know, that can get kind of shaky, right? Because if you see a lot of sick people, and sometimes you can get people that just, you just have to change over or whatever. But, you know, that could be kind of, like I don't want to see somebody, when I think about being a nurse, I get squeamish because I think about the bodily fluids and I'm like cool on that. And then I also think about like babies coming in and feeling for sick kids and all of that. So if you stay on here tonight, I might come with you, like come let me read 100 subscribers. What? Okay, money, knock it off. So, but I told my daughter, I said, you're going to have to study. You're going to have a lot of papers to write. So get ready to lock in. Um, like I try to tell her to get 2 days out the week because I said if you do 2 days out the week, that gives you time to do other things, right? You can still have a social life a little bit, and you can study and do homework or whatever it is that you need to do on those days. So that's what I did. She said this here last year, bedside would do consulting. Oh, she said this her last year doing. Yeah, I know some nurses too. They do like kids who are on a ventilator. I know a nurse who does that, and she wanted to do nursing like that because she just had one kid to see and one person, and just could watch them and monitor them or whatever for her 8-hour shift, and she liked doing that. Um, I know people who like doing that too. That have those patients, but yeah. And then I also know nurses who teach classes and things like that. So there's all sorts of things that you can do. I would assume that those type of nurses that teach and that are supervisors, that they have to have some type of experience under their belt, right? And then once you get your bachelor's and all that, because not all nurses have a degree, but once you get that BSN and you get that extra training and you put that time in, you're making some good money. So yeah. Purpose Unfolding. Let me go to your channel. Am I following you, honey? Oh, you got a few more. Let me follow you. I'm not even following you. You said this is your first time here. You're a cute lady. Mm-hmm. Guys, everybody go follow Purpose Unfolding. She looks like she needs 6 more people and she can go live if she wants to. I don't know if you want to go live, but if you guys go follow her, click on her name, her at is Purpose Unfolding. So put Purpose Unfolding. This is her page. Can you see it? Or, I don't think you can see it. But it's in blue right at the top. No problem, Purpose. No problem. You know what I made? And I'm going to post it probably when I get off of here. I got to cook every day if I want to eat. That's why it's taking me, that's why, that's why I'm not getting my times down right. Because if I get up and I start going live, then like yesterday, if I have food already made, then I can get a bite, right? But I be wanting to cook like breakfast in the morning. But my mom told me I'm digressing all over the place. Stick with me, and be ready to comment in the chat because you know how I forget what I'm saying. What's good, Juicy? How you doing, boo? Listen. So we're gonna start here with the wings. Then we're gonna go to the sausage, and you can make this too because I know you do no meat. You can probably take the mushrooms or the beans and put sage and all that to make your sausage. You can do that right at home. You can take some beans and smash them, like make your pinto beans or whatever kind of beans you like, butterfly, and then you can add some sage. add some onion and all that different things to it, make a nice little patty, and fry that baby up, and you got some veggie sausage. So my mom was talking about making her some sausage today. So I'm going to get some ground turkey and I'm going to add sage to it and like some red pepper flakes. And I'm going to make some sausage like that. So it's not pork, it's not processed, it doesn't have the extra fat. And I'm going to make some patties and put them in the freezer. And if my kids want some, they can have them too. But we can have our own ground turkey breakfast sausage made at home. And that's a recipe from my auntie Lisa, rest in peace, Lisa. But she used to do that. She would get the ground turkey, add sage and red pepper flakes, and she would make her sausage like that from home. Like I said, unprocessed. Um, you can get you can get the whatever cut or whatever type of ground turkey you want. It could be the 95, 5%. Yeah, that does sound good. I had some ground turkey the other day. What did I make? I made a taco bowl, so I already had ground turkey, but I'm gonna get some so I can make it and just put it in the freezer. Then in the mornings, I can change up my diet, right? I can make the fried sausage patties or whatever. Did you go on your walk today, Jazzy? Right, it does sound good. I don't know why I never did it because she used to talk to my mom about making those sausages all the time for a long time. I have to have breakfast to start my day. I never thought to make my sausage. Yeah. I also want to make like chicken sausage. I want to make like chicken hot links, but I don't want the casing, right? I want to make like some chicken hot links, like with the ground chicken or, cut it. I don't know how we would do that, but I want to find out how to do that. But I'm definitely going to start making the ground turkey sausage patties, and I can scramble some eggs, probably have me some orange slices on the side and maybe some strawberries or whatever. I don't know what else I would have to go with that, but that's a good Sunday morning breakfast, right? Or whenever you feel like making it. You just lay down on the couch and fell asleep for 45 minutes. Jazzy, I wish I could get a nap in. I need a nap so bad. Like, I'm at that age, but where a nap is very much needed, right? I never get a nap in. Well, almost never. If I get a nap in, it's like, ooh, I had to be really tired. What I do sometimes is I think I stay in the bed too long sometimes. If I'm really tired, I'll get up way later. Like I think it was Monday, I didn't get up till like 10. And since I've been eating better, I've been getting up way earlier. Because at the beginning of the summer, I was like, look, I'm catching up on all that sleep I missed last school year, and I'm gonna get all that sleep. And but when July came, I was like, no, we're gonna get up. What kind of beans I would use? Um, I will say this though. I had a taco bowl this week and I just put rice, beans, black beans, and ground turkey, avocado salsa. I posted it in a short and I put a little sour cream. When I tell you those beans had me, woo, I don't think I'm eating beans, but if you can tolerate them, but I was just making that suggestion for Butterfly because she doesn't eat meat. But I think she could probably take whatever kind of beans she wants. Black beans, uh, pinto beans. I would think a pinto bean would be really good because if you think about it, they use pinto beans to make refried beans. So I would cook them with some onion and garlic, season those up really good, let them cool, and just smash them up. And then you can add your spices to it and make a patty. And you can use that, like you can use that for a burger. You can use it for anything. That's how they make them anyway when they make those meatless patties. But they add aminos to it. They add all kinds of processed stuff to it. I got that Beyond Burger one time. I tried it at Costco or one of them, or Sam's Club. It was one of them. And I tried it and I was like, oh, this is so good. Baby, those things had so much salt in them. I don't know what they put in them. So I was like, I might as well eat like I'm eating. Because I was like, okay, I could use this. And I did eat a couple of them, but then after a while, it just tastes too weird. I try to use it in chili. Mm-mm. I try to, um, I don't know what I was thinking. I think I tried to make tacos with it. Mm-mm. So I didn't really like that. But I know that you can also use mushrooms. You can chop you up some mushrooms and beans together. And I think you just kind of got to play with it. And I think it probably would taste better if you make it at home because you know what's going into it and you know the seasoning and the flavoring that you like. And by you making it at home and making it fresh, it's going to have a way different taste and texture than it would if you bought the Beyond Meat that's already made. So, yeah, so I made that the other day, but that's what I'm going to be making now for my sausage. Now I just got to find something to substitute bacon with, and then we'll be in there, right? Um, and I don't want turkey bacon. Turkey bacon is just as processed as regular bacon, and they add all that stuff to it as well. And plus, it doesn't even taste as good. So, yes, I can put my own twist on it. Absolutely. You don't do the plant based mess either. You just substitute. That sounds cool. Ryan, you still in there? You listening to me in the background? Um, what was I gonna say? So tonight, to answer your question, I made oven fried hearty wings. And I did the same thing I did with the fish. I just douse them all in olive oil. I feel like I can use as much olive oil as I want to. I don't know if I can. I just do. Since I'm not using vegetable oil and since I'm not frying, I feel like I can use as much olive oil as I want. And then I use my no salt blends, my McCormick no salt blends. I have an onion and herb and a garlic and herb, and then I have like a peppers, and then I have like a blend that is kosher salt, I believe, and then it has onion powder, garlic powder, and pepper. And then I did use a little complete seasoning, but I didn't use any seasoning salt or anything like that. And I just tossed that baby together. And this time I got bigger wings because if you get I like the small wings, but if you get them too small, then they burn too easily. So I have some thicker meat, not too big, not too small, like Goldilocks. And I put those babies in the oven at 400. If you put it at 350, it takes too long. 400 is like the sweet spot. To me, your ovens may vary, but I put those in there and I let them go a good hour. And I checked on them and I turned them over and I try to make sure because my daughter warned me, don't let them burn, don't let them stick. And I did add a little of that buffalo wild wings parmesan. I did add just a little bit, and I felt myself getting fatter because I knew it had salt and stuff in it. So I'm gonna back on up. But yeah, so they came out really good. I did a video, but I don't know if my video is really capturing just how crisp and brown those wings are. So I still got the flavor and the benefit of feeling like I was eating fried chicken, but you know, fried chicken is fried chicken. Ain't nothing like fried chicken. Nothing is like battering up them wings or that chicken and some flour, seasoning it up, and putting it in a cast iron skillet and letting it do what it do. Nothing is like that. Yeah. Ryan, you're in the bushes. But yeah, guys, help me get to 20 likes. If you're watching and you're in the bushes, hit my like button. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I promise you're going to love it here. as everybody else does. But I want to get to 20 likes, guys, before I get off tonight. You may have thought you hit the like button, but you didn't. So let's get there. And let's see, Ryan, how are you in the bushes and you're number one? So we got Ryan at number one. Forrest Garcia, I don't think you're here still. You're at number two. And Jazzy, you're number three. Purpose, you're number four. See, that's what I don't get about this. Not hating. I'm not hating on anybody, but it seems like the people who are commenting the most, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But Purpose, they got you at number four, and you were holding me down. You and you and Butterfly, you guys have been holding me down in the chat. You still here too, boo? Miss Cena? Miss Cena, I gotta come visit you. I gotta come visit everybody. I've been busy today, so and I've been a little busy yesterday too. You know, drive playing chauffeur. It's been birthdays. It was my daughter's birthday, then her best friend was over, and it was his birthday. So I've been chauffeuring kids back and forth, taking them to the movies, taking kids to the mall. And then they've been at the beach and they've been some of everywhere. So I've been just trying to find time for myself and you all. Hey, Mama Three, thanks for tuning in. What's going on with you? So I got some good content for you guys too. I have content that I have not put out yet. I've been at Walmart. I did get to Walmart. I got to Walmart, what was it, Monday? So I did get some content from Walmart. And you guys want to see this, so be on the lookout for that. I didn't do a video. I did a pictures, but I'll try to do like something in a short or something like that for you guys to get that content. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your thank you, Cena. I appreciate the love and support. Thanks. I'll be over there giving you some watch hours too. All of you guys. I'll be on all my phones, on my TV, on my laptop. I wonder, does that make us look like spammers doing that? I don't know, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it. My TV is on a different account anyway, so. Okay, I got 17 likes. Where my next three? Where my next three? Where my next three? Where my next three? You're new to YouTube as well and the rules? Yeah. How does what work exactly? Purpose. I don't know. They never said anything about you can't watch on more than one device. I haven't seen that. But and I often do it. I do it all the time. But yeah. I try not to overload myself with that though, because I'm thinking to myself, you don't want all of that in you at one time, right? Like you don't want to be watching the TV and watching and listening. I don't want all that stimuli. The rankings, usually when you come into the chat, if you hit like, that gives you some points, and if you start commenting, you get points for that. And then that's how you can get to the top of the leaderboard. But it seems like even when people go out and stop chatting, I think it's whoever, I don't know. I never know how that works. Yeah, but I appreciate you all just the same. It's not a it's not a competition. I love everybody the same, but it just lets you know where you're at, how much you're supporting in the live. That's what it does. Like, I don't know. One of these days I might come on here and I might be like out of nowhere. I might not even tell you guys. So definitely stay tuned in my life. I haven't really did I did a giveaway. I did it. I gave the prize for the giveaway. So in August, I'm going to do a giveaway. And in August, what I probably do is whoever's at the top of the leaderboard, I'm going to give a shout out, and I'm going to give you probably like a $50 prize. And I'm going to do that randomly. I'm going to pick the date. I'm going to do it randomly. I'm just going to put like, I don't know, I'm going to find a way to pick a date and a live. The day I go, that time, I'm not going to tell anybody. You just have to be following. You just have to have your notifications on, your notification bell turned on so that you can be in that live that day and just supporting and engaging. And then I'm probably going to do like a $50 cash app, something like that. And then whoever wins, wins. I'm going to pick the date, and then I'm going to pick the time to go live. And then I'm also going to pick at which time I will do the selection. So it'll just be so random. So I won't even know. Like I'll just pick a day. I'll put it in a bag of which day and say it is the third. Then that's the day. And then I'll do a time. What time am I gonna go live? And it might be 7 a.m. in the morning, and I'm gonna go live at 7 a.m. And then it'll be like an hour in, 30 minutes in, at the end, whatever. And then I'm gonna select that person who's in the number one spot at that time on that date. And I'm gonna say, oh, let me check my leaderboard, right? Let's see who is in the number one spot. And then just out of nowhere, I'm going to be like, you know what? You just won. And then you have to have Cash App, because I'm not trying to hunt you down and pay you. You got to have an active Cash App and be a U.S. citizen probably. And then I'll just select you and I'll send you your money. And if you're a regular supporter and you're a regular live watcher of mine, and you're here on that date and time, then you'll be the lucky winner. And I think that sounds very cool. And like I said, I'm going to do that in August. I like to do a giveaway at least once a month, even if it's just like a contest. If I'm going live and I'm playing games, I like to give out some money. It's my way of giving back. And people can always use cash, right? I don't care if it's 25, 50, a hundo. Child, I don't got hundos to pass out, but maybe I have given out hundreds. I have given out $100 on here. You never know if I'll just show up to your live one day and just cash app you just because I'm in your live and I like you. That's what I do. That's what I do. Mm-hmm. When you get on your feet, you're going to do the same. I think it's definitely something that you can do. It's not something that any of us are beholden to, mom of three. Um, I haven't always given away cash on here, not even to people who I support. I would say this is probably the first year that I've done it, that I've given to other creators and that I've held contests. So um, I just haven't done it a lot, but I'm starting to do it more. Hey, Sid Twinder, Sat Twinder, I'm sorry, Scene. Yes, I do remember you. I do remember you. I remember you. If I see you once, or whatever, but if I see you second time and third time, I definitely know, especially with your name. It's unique and unique to me. Yeah, right. Purpose is more than they had. Hey, Nathan Jimenez. No, I don't remember you. Unfortunately, did you guys hit my like button when you came in? And are you subscribed to me? Maybe that's why I don't remember you. I don't know. I'm sorry if I don't remember you, and I should. Jog my memory, Nathan. If you've been here before and you commented before, jog my memory. I probably will remember you. Because one thing about mommy money getter, I have a memory like an elephant. I don't forget much. I might I might forget what I was doing yesterday, but I don't forget what happened. Can you tell a speech? What kind of speech, Satwinder? What kind of speech? I don't know. Let me think about that. Let me think about that. Trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay, so now we are at 18 likes. We need 2 more likes, guys. If you just got here and you didn't hit that like button, please hit the like button. If you have been in here the whole time and you have not hit the subscription button, please do that. Accomplishing your dreams, have at it. Have at it. Hi, Joyce. Hi. I see you done. That's probably my niece by now. I see you done said hi like 4 or 5 times. Hi, baby. So who is going live tonight? Did you guys already go live or are you going live? Let's see which live we're going to head to next. And let's see what other people have going on in these YouTube streets. You're skipping today? Oh. Are you guys going to go for your walk at least, Mama 3? I know Jackson probably wants to go on his walk. I was supporting others while walking and now I'm tired. I know that's right. I know that's right. I can't wait to start walking again. Yesterday I walked up some steps and my knees were a little sore from walking up the steps. And my sister was like, girl, wait till you get done losing the weight. Because once I lost all this weight, my knees, I can run up and down these stairs. And I'm like, I can't wait. Like you want it to happen real fast because you want the results, but it's just a journey, right? It's a journey and you have to just keep on keeping on, right? So that's what I'm trying to do. Shoot, Satwinder. Make it good and make it respectful and don't go too crazy, Satwinder. If you do, guys, I lost my debit card and my Cash App card. I don't know. That's strange, right? That's very strange. I got to find my cards. The last time I saw both of them, I was in Walmart. A speech. I don't know how he's going to give a speech in the comments, but it can't be too long. He probably can't type that fast. He said, oh no. Let him have his fun. Let him have his fun. Wait a minute, Satwinder. If I get 20 likes, then you can give your speech. I've been on here for going on an hour and 30 minutes. So I'm going to stay on here for 5 more minutes. And if we get to 20 likes, then you can give your speech. He was typing. I need 2 more likes. I don't know where I'm going to get them from. So let's see if we can get them. Because you want people to pay attention, don't you? I'm at 20. It says 20 now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. It says 19 on my end. It says 19. It says 20 now. Uh-oh. It looked like somebody took it away so that you couldn't do your speech. It's at 20. Okay, let me see. All right, Satwinder. Go ahead. Go ahead and do your speech. We're all watching. And like I said, this one better be a good one and respectful. And we're all eyes. I'm all eyes. I hope you have something good to say. that will motivate us all to accomplish our dreams. In the meantime, in between time, who else cooked tonight? I also put a sweet potato in the oven. Hopefully it got done. It was a huge one, like this big. And I also have spinach. I don't feel like cooking the spinach, but I need the spinach. You guys know I'm anemic, right? I only had 2 pills this week. I can't stand those iron pills. And now, as a result, I used to love orange juice, but I'm so used to, yeah, tell it. Go ahead and tell it. So trying to, like, I don't know. It says, if you never give up on hope, you will accomplish your dreams and you will accomplish your dreams. Hope is something you never should give up on. I have faith in you. Jesus loves you. Oh, thank you. That's a reminder for me to keep going and not give up. Sometimes I come on here and it's more than an ocean, more than an ocean. But I thank you. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. You did to accomplish, but we got the message. I read it twice too because I read fast. That was nice, wasn't it, Mama Three? And I think that goes for all of us on here because most of you all, you're back, ex gamers. I was just saying, oh, you lost your spot because you were like in the. I think you were number two, and now you. Oh, purpose, you're back up to number two. Okay, so right now in the top fans we have Ryan at number one, Purpose at number two, Forrest at number three, Jazzy at four, Joyce, you're number six. Believing You Can is at five. And Janet, you're seven. Auntie Cena at eight. Pushing. Butterfly, she's nine. And Mama Three, you're at 10. I think it goes to by probably how long you've been in a live. That's what I'm thinking. You love my stream? Thank you, ex gamers. I appreciate that. I think it probably goes by how long you are in the live. I think that's what it goes by. It has to be because I see some people commenting at the beginning. Maybe they're still in, but they're not commenting as much. And then other people come and they're commenting a lot, but they're not moving up into leaderboard. So I think it probably goes by if you like the live, how long you've been in the live, and all of that. Thank you guys for the heart. That's another thing. Like I seen Yo Yo Entertainment You Love. She can see who's doing the lights, like pushing the hearts. I never get to see that, so I don't know who's doing that, and I don't know how you can tell that. Do you guys know? Are you able to see who's giving the hearts? Thank you, number one, number one. All right, guys, we got the 20 likes. And I appreciate you guys for allowing me to express my frustration with the day. It wasn't a bad day. It was an okay day. Um, I'm the type of person, I'm a spoiled brat a little bit. I don't like no drama. I don't like nothing taking me off my square. And it took me off of my square a little bit, but I'm a believer in Christ. I know that this too, I will get through this and it'll be another testimony for me to come tell you all about. And it'll be something that I can inform other women of who are going through the same type of thing. They can come on and see me talking about it and know that it's not something to be worried about, that it's is pretty much a routine procedure. So, yeah, thank you guys for listening and being my source of comfort today. Thank you for all of your prayers. I'm praying for you all for your content creation. I want to support you all as well as you support me, Ryan, Jazzy, Mom of Three, Janet, Satwinder. Thank you for that lovely speech. Very, very kind of you. A lot of people were commenting when you came. Thank you for letting us know when you go live. I'll be checking you out as well. So, uh, so even if I don't catch you live, I'll catch your replay. But I like to catch people live because I like to be a part of the action and I like to comment and engage. So, or sometimes I like to just listen as it's going live. And then if I have a comment, I can go in and comment. But that's what I like to do. But I'm going to go head off. I'm going to go unwind and relax and pray and probably eat a few more of those wings, right? And crack over that sweet potato. I'm going to go ahead and make the spinach because it has a lot of iron in it and I could use some iron. So have a great night. God bless you all. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. It means a lot to me. I know that you could go support anybody. You can use your time to do something that you want to do. So I thank you all for coming in here. I hope I find it too. I'm going to call Walmart and make sure that they don't have it. Yes, touch and agree. In the name of the Lord, may we all be blessed. May we all get monetized this year and not just monetized. May we all get a cute little coin from this stuff because we spend a lot of time on here. Everybody in this chat spends a lot of time on here. Like we're all family at this point. I know Ryan says it all the time, but I feel like I have some of the best people that come into my lives and come into my chats. And I love you guys for that. We wanted to touch and agree on this. Have a good evening. Hope you find your stuff. Amen. Good night, guys.